Music educators, my friends, music technology is ever so more often on the rise, and you must be informed of what is available and accessible. The teaching atmosphere of your classroom is about to change forever. In today's world, at the college level in particular, any student who is pursuing a career in music will have to deal with music technology. So why don't we start it earlier in grade school? These technologies can harness and dedicate an area for teachers to inform and display. They can be used as performance tools, and they can even be used for the creation, the recording, and the production of music within the classroom. And you might think it's expensive, but they're surprisingly becoming more popular. Tuners and metronomes are a perfect example. They weren't accessible 20 years ago. Now students can use them while they're practicing at home and when they're in the classroom. And some teachers are even reinforcing material through video games. All teachers should be playing video games with their students. Sounds crazy, but because video games, they tend to grab the student's attention and interest. So, and Guitar Hero and Rock Band are perfect examples of this happening. They reinforce principles of rhythm and a steady beat while practicing intense eye-to-hand coordination. And therefore it's educational. There are many other useful software video games that can help spark interest in the students, and Nintendo has grown actively in creating these. We Music has a number of exercises, especially one well noted is an oral theory training exercise, which is very difficult, and it keeps going up in each level. And in video games, every video game, a child can they can challenge themselves and raise which level and difficulty they want to play on, which is something that in the classroom students are not enthused for, which is a great reason to use video games within the classroom to challenge them, to see how far they can go. The only exception with video games, of course, is the curriculum has to drive the technology. It can't be the other way around. At the performance level, electronic percussion equipment and keyboards are used everywhere today. They're very perfect for the students for learning and to play and inform. Real percussion equipment is expensive, and it limits you to how many different types of percussion instruments you can have. Electronic percussion will give you thousands of options, and all in one system. It's very affordable. Keyboards are they're being used in over 3,000 schools today, and they're also known as synthesizers. And these electronic keyboards can be plugged into computers, which can also be interactive with computer software. Now, some of the computer software out there is like Finale, Sony's Acid, and also, of course, GarageBand. And these all use MIDI files, which create music using pre-existing loops, which may not seem educational, but it allows them to experience what background music, how to create background music, and then they have to create their own melody. Many schools are recording and distributing their music now too, and this is thanks to digital audio workstations, or DAWs, and they allow for this type of programming. This allows students to practice with sound and editing software. Some schools are even adding their music to iTunes and Amazon MP3, which leads to the fact that more and more people are becoming more comfortable with buying music from online. And they'd rather buy music in an MP3 format rather than duplicating and selling CDs. And finally, presentation software, just like projectors, they're more accessible than ever before, and they can do a lot more than the old projectors. They can be connected to a computer, and you can display videos, sound bites, photographs. It's very, very educational stuff, which leads to the internet. There are thousands of resources out there on the internet, that teach, just go to youtube.com and type in the search tab, guitar lessons, and you'll find a number of lessons from an array of professionals. When used appropriately and effectively, music technology can enhance and grab the interest of all the students, and it should be used in the classroom. People need to become up to date with what's available, and I thank you.